Are you stuck at home in lockdown? Yeah, I know, we all are. Don't worry, we've got you covered because it's time once again for Live at Night with Pete Ferrero.
Don't you want to be like, I don't give a shit?
Send me your address. I'd be happy to send you a copy.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. And so, and I paid for it. So that's just lovely. No.
I'm on, okay, what's that? I'm live at night.
Where whatever happens, happens. Now, along with his special guests, here's your host, Pete Ferrero.
All right, here we are on Live at Night again, and I am joined by my food crew, I guess. What's what I'm calling it? Tony Mangia, right? Chef Mike Carrino, and Joey. What Joe Antioro and Antioro? How do I say it exactly? I never know.
Antioro.
Okay.
Joe Antioro.
Cooked in many places, and right now, where are you working now? Why don't you introduce yourself to the rest of the gang here?
All right, my name's Joe Antioro. I own a restaurant in the Meadowlands racetrack. I'm in the back stretch. I feed the horsemen, the owners, that kind of thing. I'm not open to the public, so to say.
Right.
I feed 300 to 500 people a night, me and two girls. I've been doing it 10 years. I'm there. I'm in the food business for about, since 1997, cooking professionally. I've done it all.
Yeah.
I'm a chef by trade, obviously.
Right. Family of chefs as well, right?
Family of chefs. My brother, Justin Antorio, same thing. He's cooking for a while. My father's been cooking 50 years, Culinary Institute. And so it's in our blood.
Yeah, no doubt.
My mother runs the restaurant. She's the manager over there pretty much, or whatever you want to say, head bartender.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in our blood, and
Yeah, man. Mike, do you guys know each other? Mike and Joe, do you guys know?
I've met Mike a few times. I don't know if he knows me, but yes. I've been in his place. I introduced myself.
Nice. I'm sure you remember that, right, Mike?
Yes.
All right.
Cool, man. Don't worry.
You'll try.
I'm just fucking with you, man. No, all right. So, Joe, since you didn't join us last time, and we talked about a lot of dirty Jersey, we talked a lot of old school joints. Give me a couple of your old school joints and a couple of your dirty Jersey spots.
Dirty Jersey. Okay, if you want some old school spots, I would say, obviously, you guys talked about Chicken Savoy and down there by Stretches and all.
Yeah.
That's given. I like Angelo's. You also talked about that.
Yeah.
I love Il Villaggio. Nobody said anything about that. There's a few things that are great. There's some stuff that's not great, like any restaurant.
Where's Il Villaggio?
It's on Route 17 North. I guess that's Carlstadt.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's a catering hall too now, right?
Well, now it is, but it used to be an old school joint with
yes,
nice red vinyl leather or vinyl seats in the bar, which they brought to the new place originally. Very comforting then. It was in a house. And I love the liver there. Like liver everywhere. Liver and onions there is excellent. Cannellone's fucking phenomenal. Sorry for my
no, it's cool. It's all cool here. We lost your visual, but yeah, it's all. We as soon as you said F, the FCC just shut you right the fuck down.
Somebody called in.
Yeah,
somebody's calling again.
Calling again. It's Brian Noe, bro. So he's looking to cook something. He keeps calling me all day for. He was making eggplant parm, and he's making this and that.
Yeah,
he's got my slicer. He borrowed my slicer, so he's like on his kick with like buying meats, slicing them at home.
Right.
But
Mike knows all about that. Yeah.
That's I love Leo's Hoboken, man. I love the Parmesan. Yeah. I love veal there. I think like you guys were talking about, like when we get out of this, where are we going? I'm craving this veal for like a month and a half now. So I'm gonna go down there just for that. And there's not many good things there either. That's one of the great things. And those are my restaurant go-tos for when we get out of this. So like
absolutely,
old school joints.
Yeah, I tried to get Sharkies here today, and they won't come back. I went on plug Sharkies because I love. Have you been to Sharkies, Joe?
I haven't been there in years, but I used to go there for the wings and stuff.
Just a great fucking group of people. They're killing it now. They're trying to do everything they can with delivery. It's very difficult for a bar, I imagine, to do delivery. Yeah. I don't know if they're delivering alcohol at all, but I just got this delivered. There's an app that delivers alcohol. Are you guys aware of that shit?
Oh yeah, Drizzly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was all out and I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? I'm sure there's an app for it, right? Yeah.
Definitely now.
New Jersey just changed. New Jersey ABC just switched up a bunch of the laws.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
They allowed for retail restaurant to, or they allowed for consumption restaurant to do retail.
Oh,
And
that's really important.
There's something in there for drinks too, because I got a buddy here in Nutley who owns a spot, and he's doing like margaritas.
Nice drinks, right?
Like mixed drinks, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're loosened up a lot, and they're opening up so that they can sell. But he's doing like pints.
That's cool.
Yeah,
like pints and mixed drinks to go.
Yeah,
it makes sense. I mean, when you can't go out and have a drink, you sometimes you can't make the same drink at home that you have at a restaurant.
Yeah.
True.
No,
Well,
listen,
the Beaver, I know the Beaver down his restaurant. The Beaver's my brother Justin.
But Justin, you guys, Mike, you might know Justin. Do you know Justin? He was on.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's down at the
Kitchen.
Summit House, and the Summit House here, they're offering like, they'll do the dinner, 2 to 4 people, whatever it is. Still fine dining. People are setting it up on plates and plugging them in it. Putting it on their site and stuff, which is pretty cool. And they're selling the bottle of wine to go with that dinner and a bottle of wine after that, and it's working out well for them.
Yeah,
they're doing very well actually with it, which is a lot of places that are doing doing a certain niche or whatever, which is cool.
Mike, I have to tell you, before I moved to LA. I don't know if you guys all know that, but I'm here now. Before I left, because you texted me, we were texting the day before, and you were like, you wanted sandwiches, and then the day before I left, I was like, fuck. Now Mike put it in my head that I have to have a sandwich. So I got the Nutley. Man, that is a fucking incredible fucking sandwich. I'll let Mike talk about the sandwich. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a sandwich that I remember eating growing up in Nutley. It's chicken cutlet, prosciutto, mozzarella, roasted peppers, and balsamic. I mean, it's just
classic. It's a fucking classic. Yeah, talking about classics. Yeah. Anyway, so for each of you now, Tony, I know you did not want to talk about it, but I'm going to go there because I feel like he's food oriented and it was very, very effective. Now, if you get emotional, that's okay. We can handle it. We all have liquor here. A friend of yours, a friend of yours passed away, and we don't know what it is, but he was a big time in the industry. So why don't you talk about your friend?
Yeah, his name was Vincenzo Martino. He was the sweetest man I ever met. Really, like he was like a grandfather figure in a way, because you walked into his place. His place was Martino's Market in Hackensack, New Jersey, Lodi Street, and really you walk in, they greet you like you're greeting your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle. You go in, you give them a kiss, you give them a hug, and then they want to feed you. Like that's like their goal. I mean, it's like you pay one price, but you could eat. You want 10 bowls of pasta, you can have 10 bowls of pasta. Right. You want as much chicken cutlets or chicken parmas you want, you get it. And they
I like that place. Awesome place.
Amazing. And I would be able to practice my Italian with him. So I would go there. Nice. I would, talk Italian. He would talk back to me, try to figure out what we were saying to each other. And he would tell me stories about being in Sicily. When he was in the military, he was stationed in the same area as my family is from. So he would tell me about the area, and just it did affect me, because like I said, I haven't seen him in about a month or so because of all this
virus shit.
Yeah.
Did he pass from this? If you don't mind me asking,
I'm not too sure. We don't really know exactly.
Right.
So yeah.
Whatever it is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
But God rest his soul. Yeah.
So, Mike, let me ask you this question. I'll ask all you guys this question. I'm sure you're cooking at home now, right? Because you're doing a lot because you're doing the deliveries and all this kind of stuff. But are you cooking at home? What are you making at home in this coronavirus scenario? Have you gone out of your comfort zone for something or anything cool?
I don't know, man. I mean, if I'm cooking, I'm usually cooking like, I pretend like I'm cooking with my kids, but they don't eat shit. So
yeah, I can
so like the other day, I made some rabbit sausage, and
yes,
I
thought I'm gonna move. And one day I'm gonna move in. I'm.
I thought it was a great idea, and my daughter wasn't having it. My son, he was into it a little bit, but I mean, listen. I just cook what I like. I'm not like experimenting or trying recipes or anything. I'm not. into that. You know,
I love that about you. Yeah. Fuck that.
Actually, Mike, I have a question for you.
Okay.
A friend of mine was asking where can he get rabbit?
there's a couple running around outside if you want me to.
Besides the
No, I got an answer for you, 100%. Let me give, here's the first plug of the night. Fossil Farms Market in Boonton.
Totally.
Okay.
Right? They have Fossil Farms is a purveyor of game meats. They raise their own ostrich, emu, Berkshire pigs, and bison. But they have a market, a retail market as well, where they have single cuts of all their meats and sausages, and you can get a rabbit. But they're open. I'm pretty positive they're open 7 days a week.
Yeah, I think they kicked it up now too. I got an email today. I don't remember what it said.
I'm gonna text the
Have
guy
you
right
ever
now.
had their mortadella?
Lance, yeah.
No, I haven't. Which one?
Bro, their mortadella is probably the best I've ever had in my life.
That's
Really?
So that's made by a
phenomenal.
guy. That's made by a guy in Washington Township. His name is Mark Rossi.
Awesome.
What the fuck is the name of the food? Shit. It'll come.
Well,
Arctic Foods. He's
there we go.
Arctic Foods?
Arctic Foods, yeah.
Okay.
Where is Fossil Farm? That's Boonton?
Yeah,
Boonton, yeah. It's Fulton Street in Boonton. I think it's like 84.
Right off the highway, bro. You get off the highway, you get right up the hill.
Oh,
You got to put a
Yeah,
mask on.
97.
You got to put a mask on.
oh yeah, you gotta put a mask on anywhere you go now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
Pretty foods. All right,
It's funny. I went to high school with Lance from Fossil Farms.
Oh,
way
did you?
back in the day? Yes, and
Okay.
he's been doing the Fossil Farms thing with the ostrich since then. Since back in high school, he thought it was a thing.
Yeah, I think he got his first. He and Todd got their first ostrich. He told me this story. They bought 5. I think they bought 2 males and 3 females. And I think it was somewhere in like 97.
Yeah, we graduated in '94. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think it was like right around 97. They drove out to Oklahoma and they bought 5 of their first birds and they drove them back from Oklahoma. And that's how it all started.
Well, in high school, he was all about this ostrich thing.
Yeah.
I remember in like this is in the class of '94. We were friendly, but we weren't like BFF or anything like that. And he was in the cafeteria one day, and I sat down. And I was like, "Hey, what's up, Lance? What the fuck? Just fucking talk to whoever's around or whatever." And he's like, "Pete, have you ever had ostrich meat?" I was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
but dude, in that part of your life, were you
No.
into food at that
Not
point?
like that.
You know?
No, not like fucking bring me the bird's neck and I'll eat it. You know what I mean?
Right. I got it.
But I shot some video for him, and man, I loved going up there. His place, and I think me and you, Mike, well, that's probably one of the first times we met. Was we shot something for Lance actually?
Up there?
No, it was at your place, at the old place in Montclair. Like we came in, and Ben was there, and we shot some stuff, and you guys were cooking together. I don't know if you recall that, but yeah, that happened.
No, is that the first time I met you? I thought.
No, I think we met in your restaurant at some point prior to that. Yeah.
Maybe with the men who dine.
It might have been.
I think it was before that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have
So
you ever
Mike, you had Alex working there? Alex from the American Bistro?
Yes, starting. Yeah. He was my bartenders for a long time.
I know him. Alex is the American Bistro. I know him forever because of Kenny. I worked with Kenny.
Alex is from Nutley too.
Yeah. I see he works over here by Pete Daly too now, but I don't know if it's a night or 2 a week, whatever he does. But
he works at Luna.
Yeah, good people, man. Good people.
That's cool.
Alex is great. Have you been to the farm? Have you been up to Lafayette?
Yes. Wait, I shot up in the farm and met his brother. What's his brother's name? You said Todd. Yeah.
Todd, yeah.
Totally different personalities. Lance is like bubbly and
night and day.
yeah.
Day.
And Todd's like, "This is my farm. Don't fuck with it." This has turned into the Lance Applebaum tribute show, by the way. Which Lance was fucking on the show. Yeah.
But that's a good time. We do they have this thing called Fire on a Mountain that we do a couple times.
Yeah, that looks wild.
It's amazing.
I think what's his face, this other chef that Tony Mangia knows. I call you Tony Mangia on this show and not your other name. Okay.
That's my alter ego.
Your gimmick name
person. Yeah.
in wrestling. Yeah. what's his face? The crazy the crazy chef, the New York City chef, David something, maybe.
David Burke.
David Burke.
Yeah. I don't mean that he's crazy, but I think I feel like he's always at doing.
He's like a genius, though. He's like a
guy.
Crazy genius. Yeah.
David does a lot with Fossil too. David's a funny guy. He's cool. He's
very cool.
He's originally from like down well, not really down the shore, but kind of down the shore.
Rumson?
Carteret or somewhere.
Wow. I think he's from Madison.
Is he? I thought he was from somewhere down Keyport or something like that.
Okay. Well, no,
I don't know.
Why don't we pull up his fucking Wikipedia page?
I know. He actually
on our phones.
Yeah, I think he recently took over some tennis club in Orange or South Orange.
Oh, that's a great spot, bro. Did you go there yet?
No, I haven't.
Check that spot out. Orange Lantern. Awesome spot.
But it's open to the public, or it's only
not
for
to
the
be
people
confused with the bar in Paramus, the Orange Lantern.
No, I think maybe
you don't want
maybe
sending
I'm saying
people
the name
to
wrong.
that fucking place.
I think it's the Orange Lantern.
I don't need 10, 15 people when everything opens up going to David Burke's Orange Lantern. You know, what the fuck? This is David Burke's spot?
It's a good brunch. There's a brunch there, I think, that everybody likes.
Oh no, you were close. Orange Lawn.
There we go.
Right,
okay, just not to be confused with the lantern by any means.
Yeah.
Oh, Lance joined us. Wow, so there you go, Lance. If you want the link, I'll be happy to give it to you to get in. So, since we just gave you request and dedication, Lance Applebaum.
Nice.
Anyway, so that's Rabbit. Now, Tony Mangia, what about you? Are you making anything at home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of what they call cucina povera, kind of like just whatever's in the pantry, you know, kind of going back to basics. You know, I had some canned clams, so making, you know, canned clam sauce, easy stuff. Tomorrow, no meat, so I'm eating chichis, chickpeas, and pasta. On Sunday for Easter, I got a nice stuffed pork loin from Pepe's Meats in Garfield, so I'm gonna roast that on Sunday. Simple.
I was going to ask you about Easter. I know you're the authority on all things religion, and and how is Easter being affected by this coronavirus?
Well, we have to celebrate at home by ourselves, which is not what we're social, especially as Italians or Italian Americans. We're social beings. We love to be with our family. I mean, it doesn't have to be on a holiday. It's every day. I mean, you want to go see your grandmother, you want to go see your mother. Now it's if you go see these people, you might kill them literally.
That's so fucked up.
No, but think about it, because a lot of people our age, we're what they call, we could be asymptomatic. So we're fine. We walking around and we shake somebody's hand and you kill them. I mean, next thing you know, they're on a ventilator. That's the sad.
You went dark. Yeah. No, and I'm with you on that. And I made that comment on March 14th. I had to film a wedding, and I was and they brought the older family members out and all that stuff, and it was at the beginning of this thing, and I was like, that is so dangerous, because you know, this is the people that are going to be affected by this. I don't think we need it. I know this is an important day, but we could have just pushed this date back. Now, if they saw this, oh well, I apologize, but that's how I felt at that particular moment. But you know, you don't need to put grandma at risk for this fucking thing. Mike, I'm sporting the Mike shirt, and I wear it everywhere. So just, you know, I'm on it.
All right. Number 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, are you getting any like double X shirts in?
Oh fuck!
You want one? I got it.
Yeah, I do want. Yeah, I definitely want one.
We'll make it happen for you.
All right, you're the best. Thank you.
I love that. Yeah, well, because he went in there and he was jealous that I had my mic shirt. We went to a pasta night at your place. It was also banging.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
Joe. What about you? For two questions. I want to know what you're making, but also, man, you're at the Meadowlands. What is that? That must be like a ghost town at this point.
I haven't been there now. We're close. I'm shut down. Well, the track's shut down because obviously it's, you know, too many people. It's, you know, as per the governor, which I'm so happy with, because it ended up being like the first 6 people that died from this were horsemen, were my customers. I knew them. I saw them before this. So I was kind of nervous about it for a little bit. Then I had ServSafe come in, spray the place. You know, it was enough time. I was then I went back, but I'm home. I'm cooking like crazy. I mean, today alone, I made cornbread in the morning.
Nice.
I made friggin' corned beef hash because I had the corned beef, had defrosted yesterday that I froze from St. Patty's Day for that reason. I made eggplant parm today because it was Holy Thursday, and I closed it up with some pizza again that I want to let sit for 2 days. So that's what I did today.
Fuck, I would like to come. I'm gonna come live
I'm
with
fucking,
you,
man. That's all I'm doing: cooking, drinking, and hanging out. Right now.
But what is the race? What is the racetrack like? Is it a dead zone at this point?
Oh, there's nobody there except a couple cleaners and security right now, and that's it. They can't have people there because obviously they're dying from FanDuel not being open, which saved our whole industry down there. And they were talking about, they're saying May 1st, but it's never going to happen. Bringing the horses in to run without any spectators, which I don't want because I'm in the back. They're back by me. It's going around with the horsemen, and so I'm happy to be off a little more. It sucks money wise, obviously, like anybody else.
All of us. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm waiting on the government. I got 3 different things I'm waiting on, which everybody is, and we're just holding on, And as a sole proprietor, can't collect unemployment. Now you can with this federal thing, hopefully, but same shit. We're just waiting for an answer. So who knows if that's going to happen or not. But
it's not very clear. I'll tell you that. Nothing is clear. They tell you one thing one day, the next day it's something else. The day after that, it's just
I don't think they know. I don't think anybody knows.
They don't. They really don't.
I mean, a lot of the closing of something, like if the $1,200 came out, then you got something. There's some closure there. Then we can move on to the next thing. Like, we have no friggin' closure at all or anything. So everybody's just walking around fucking with their heads in the air, like not knowing what's going on. Which is nuts.
But Pete, I think you talked about this last time. That I know Mike was on and I was on. I think about how the restaurants are really getting. A lot of them are they're getting killed.
Yeah, and I've heard since then. I have now heard of a couple of major names that are probably closing their New York City spots, and I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to fucking in case they don't, then I look like an asshole here. But I've heard that now, and so
then you've got guys that are absolutely crushing it.
Yes.
But do you want to hustle like you're hustling for that money right now? Going shopping, going to Depot, doing the shit. You don't want to be out like that. I don't want to be out like that. I don't know if other people do.
Yeah,
money. Your life is another thing,
Mike, what are you hearing now on this note on the restaurant industry? Are they still in chaos, or where are we with this?
It's utter chaos,
Yeah.
I think nothing in regards to what I said last time has changed. I think people are still confused. They don't really understand what's going on. The government assistance is bullshit. I mean, Joe, I don't know what you've applied for, but I know I applied for the PPP, the SBA, and there's the EDI, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't apply for the payroll because I have 2 girls and they have other jobs.
Right.
So basically,
but nothing is popping off like boom, here you go, like they made it seem from the press conferences and all that shit, right?
Right.
No, fuck that. They're making it's worse than ever because there's no light. There's no light in the tunnel.
That's exactly what it is.
Could it be May? Could it be June? Could it be July? Like I said last time, you got Blasio was talking about September for Manhattan. That's
it's fucking crazy.
Completely absurd.
Which will totally kill me because like my whole stakes racing is like the big time is from like May on. The babies come, the stake races, all the big money, everybody comes out. The owners come out, their gumads come out, like everybody comes out. You know what I mean? Like, they all come out. So that's my money making time. So that if I miss that sucks. But whatever, it is what it is.
That was funny, man. Great use
here
of
in Jersey, so there's a lot of gumas in Jersey.
There's a lot of gumas everywhere. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, like I said last time, it's a time of uncertainty.
Yeah.
It's a time where information would be really nice and vital at this point, but we're not getting it. And then the relief is just not taking this from a pessimistic point of view, but the relief is not coming.
That's bullshit.
It's not coming. We're just as our industry is always looked at for what it is on a regular day. If they're going to go bailing out the airlines and bailing out the banks and bailing out, they're going to be bailing out stuff in their own pockets.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck that we're the single largest payroll in the country.
I gotta say though, as a group of people in our industry, I think that we are definitely effed up people, but we are strong people as far as we go through a lot of crap always on a regular basis. So like, not that this is not a lot worse, but it's just another thing on top, Well,
the funny thing is, and there is that like little meme or whatever going around, and I hate memes, but like remember when you needed, you needed that charity, that charity thing, and you asked your restaurant to donate. But on a deeper level, Tony Mangia, me and you, when we were doing Men Who Dine, when I was filming Men Who Dine stuff, we did how many events where it was Chefs Unite for blank, Chefs Unite for this, Chefs Unite for that. So how many events is it that chefs come out, whether it be some big event or a smaller event?
Hundreds. The answer is hundreds, and we're not thousands. That's the answer.
Where they just throw themselves into something to fucking cook for something with no budget.
At the restaurant, on a daily fucking basis, we would get phone calls. If it's one, it's one. If it's multiples, it's multiples. Daily emails, snail mail, phone calls. Do this. Donate to this. Let me get you. I got a fucking silent auction. I got a what do they call it? Potluck or whatever.
Right.
Give me
Guma donations. No.
Give me. It's all gimme.
Yeah.
And now it's like when you just kind of like go like this. Like,
they smack the hand.
That's it.
It is interesting though, because it's such a, and to Tony Mangia's point before about not even just being Italian, but like any meeting that's done or any kind of business thing that's done, it's always over a meal somewhere at a restaurant, right? Any kind of special moment somebody has in their lives, it's always at somebody's restaurant. Or I remember when I was at this restaurant and we celebrated this thing or whatever it is. And I love hanging out with you guys virtually, but I really wish the four of us were all hanging out, drinking together and sharing a memory together. So it's been challenging even on that social level as well.
Well, one thing I can say about chefs, like Mike said, he'll literally give his shirt off his back. They go out of their way to give to, like they said, anything. And that's the thing. I mean, now with these guys that are open, go to the mom and pop shops. Go to the small local pizzeria. Don't be going to little Domino, whatever the other stuff is.
What do you mean, little Domino? What do you mean?
I'm making shit up. You know what I mean? I'm making stuff up.
Don't go. I've never been to fucking Little Domino. Is that a good?
What was the one from Home Alone? The pizza place in Home Alone?
Oh, I don't know. You got to ask.
Little Caesars. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Little Nero's.
Little Nero.
Hey, don't go to Little Nero's. Go to Mike's shop. Go to Lord Pizza. Go to Pizza Town. Go to these places go to Jimmy Buff's in West Orange. Go to these places. Go to the places
I went to my last meal before I went to LA was Ruts. Of course, Ruts Hut, and I wouldn't call it a meal, but whatever. They're still operating as if nothing has happened. They're just, you know what I mean? It's like you walk into Ruts Hut and it's a zone of its own self. You know what I mean? It's like, no, we're only doing takeout, so get out of the restaurant. You can eat in the parking lot if you want.
Yeah. Now you got the brewery across the street, though, man.
Oh, Ghost Hawk. Yeah, I'd love that spot.
Freaking big.
Yeah.
There's a place I won't mention, but when all this stuff hit the fan, they're like, "Oh no, you can still eat inside. Come on, come eat inside. Don't worry about it. I'm not eating inside. You freaking nuts. Right. I don't know what the person next to me has."
Okay, Mike. I'm going to go to Mike on this question. This came up yesterday. People were talking about the future of food and dining. What do you think in terms of? Well, first of all, the first thing was people are even afraid to order from even not your place, but like anywhere on Grubhub or Uber Eats or wherever, because they're afraid that, they don't know what's happening behind the scenes at those restaurants. Are they wearing gloves? Are they wearing a mask? What does this person have?
Right.
So what assurances, from your place, what assurances do people have that, yes, everything is being handled in a new way?
I mean, we're not scumbags.
Yeah.
Listen, no. I mean, it's funny, but so like we got a phone call from the Nutley Health Department yesterday, and I answered the phone and said, "Yeah, this is so and so from the Nutley Health Department, and we just want to ensure that you're taking all the precaution if you're open, wearing gloves and masks." And I said, "Well, we wear gloves on a regular basis, and we, that's a normal thing, but if you want us to wear masks, yeah, we'll wear masks." So now we all wear masks, and I guess the short answer to your question is you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah.
You either have to trust in where you're going and
those people.
You're rolling the dice. I mean, that's it. If you come in in the shop, you see the four of us or the three of us there, we're wearing gloves, we're wearing a mask.
That's it. It's that simple.
And we're there. And I know we all go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Work to home.
Mangia, did you just cough?
I did cough.
What the fuck? You want to infect the
I did a Joe Biden. I'm in my basement. I'm in my basement. I can cough.
God, no, I got.
I'm in my basement. When he was on CNN, that was the best. Well,
okay.
Mr. Vice President, are you supposed to cough into your elbow?
Okay.
Sorry, I went there.
You went politics.
I went there.
This show is rid of politics.
It's a no spin zone.
No, I let you have your Easter thing there. You know what I mean? I went religion for you, but wow. Okay, so this is live at night. Whatever happens, happens.
Hey, Mike coughed. We're all coughing.
All right. Shifting. Okay, but what about the future? I mean, do you think people are going to want to, get together and eat at a restaurant? Do you think there's going to be more guidelines in fucking restaurants and whatnot? You can only put 10 people at the bar. You can only seat people next, blah, 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 as we first pop back into this.
No, I don't think it's going to be anything. I think that once this is lifted,
for
those restaurants that are financially capable of reopening right away, they're going to get fucking slaughtered.
Yeah,
because I don't want to see takeout, bro, after this for a fucking while. I want to go eat somewhere.
Everybody's been sitting in the house
for
now a month. It's going to be realistically another month.
Right.
60 days in the house, and you got, let's say that 50% of the people are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're not leaving the house. Okay. Do you know what that does to someone?
Yeah, you're right.
You're gonna go.
Dude, this is killing me because I'm like a big fisherman, and like this is
okay. I'm letting Lance. I'm letting Lance in our chat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah. He is popping in. Look, he even has a very cute profile photo, right? It's exciting to see him. Yeah. I hear Lance, but do we see him? Has Lance joined us?
I have not seen him.
Trying.
Hey, what's up, dude?
I'm trying to get there.
So you gotta hit start video.
You were always my technical guru guy.
Wow.
Yes, that's very true. But I will say, just as Lance gets himself here, to Joe, even the racetrack though, do you see it flourishing at some point immediately upon return into? Hey, the governor says we can open shit back up. Do you see that being a thing for you?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I don't know as far as how many people you're going to get in the grandstand. I guess FanDuel opens, bro. That thing's getting full. It doesn't matter. You have degenerate gamblers. They're coming out, man. It's plain and simple. I don't mean to be like that, but the horsemen absolutely do not get paid if they don't race. They all want to race. They want to race now, So
yeah,
as soon as it does open up, it's gonna be it'll be big by me.
Yeah.
But my only question to that is, like, I know with the FanDuel thing, but if they're talking about maybe allowing games to be played without people in the stands.
Right.
Would they still allow them to come and bet? Or that's something they
Bet
haven't probably thought
online
of.
nowadays. I mean,
I guess
you don't
that's
have,
true. Yeah.
You don't have to come there.
But guys, there's nothing to bet on. There are no sports to be played.
Well, there's still some to bet on. There is some stuff. There's like 3 tracks.
When is the coronavirus coming?
Wait, bet on number? Wait, the numbers? Yeah.
What date is the coronavirus?
There's still a few things.
Yeah.
Which you can't mention on the air.
But sports in general, I mean, I can't see baseball or football coming back anytime soon.
Nah, no way. No way.
No. Yeah.
Not this year.
Now I'm so excited that Lance is here and we have visual, which is exciting.
What's up, Lance?
What's up, guys?
Oh my God! So listen, man, everybody. So Tony Mangia, who's here, he said, "Where can someone get rabbit?" And then everybody jumped down the fossil farms,
the rabbit hole,
the literal rabbit,
literal rabbit hole.
Hey, rabbit, right? Rabbit knows where to get that stuff.
So, how has this sort of affected your business in your world?
Oh man. Turned upside down, I guess is the right terminology. I was watching your podcast or Zoom call with all the chefs last week.
Yep.
What was that, 2 weeks ago already?
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
And it was like just going right back to there. It really was. I mean, you take 9/11. We've been through 9/11. We've been through the 2008, 2009 financial crisis. We've been through Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
And you take all 3 of these and then you pile them into one bag of shit. And then that's what you got.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it, man. It really is.
What have we done? It's, the restaurant scene has been no more for at least a period of time. And it's all based on whoever wants to eat still good food, where to get it.
What are you doing in terms of the store hours and all that stuff?
Open up 7 days a week now, everybody's making it busy. But we're doing a lot more prepared meals. We turned a little bit into more of a grocery so that people can do a little bit more normal shopping, and still anywhere where you can get the best quality meats, right up at Fossil Farms Market and Kitchen.
So Tony Mangia, just for clarity, you asked where can you get rabbit? I brought the fucking guy right on the show.
Yeah, I know you delivered. You delivered.
Yeah,
literally.
Literally.
I'm like flipping through faces, and all of a sudden I see Carrino, I see Pete. I'm going, oh, I gotta say hello.
Yeah, and then you popped in and we were talking about you, which is hilarious. Yeah.
Well, I didn't see that part. I didn't see.
Yeah,
that
no, it was all
part
good. It was all good. You can.
But I do want to say something.
Go ahead.
You said when are the restaurants coming back? From what I'm hearing, from what I'm talking to, a lot of people are saying, they feel that they're going to get back together in end of May, early June, right? Mm-hmm. But by the time that comes, everybody's away for the summer. They're done. They're gone. They're already away because of the quarantine.
That's true.
So then by the time everybody comes back, when is it? It's like what you guys were just saying, September,
yeah.
September, October. So I don't see any, I don't think to see any big movement into the restaurant community, at least until September, October. That's my prediction.
Makes a good point, man.
And listen, all of you in your own ways in the restaurant have been around the restaurant industry for some time now, right? So my question is to you guys, have you ever seen anything quite like this? I mean, I know we talked about 9/11 in a way, where people were maybe timid about going out and eating. Yeah. Right. But I mean, this is a whole other level because it's the eating experience is affected because of this virus being, catchable, we can catch it from each other. You know what I mean? So it's a whole other level of shit. What do you feel on that one, Lance?
I think that, and I hate to use this word. I said it to Mike when I saw him a few weeks ago. It's like constipation. This shit will eventually pass,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that people are going to forget this and do something a little bit different. But I think it's going to change. I think it's going to change exactly how everybody is thinking and feeling. I think, is it going to be a scenario where people are going into a restaurant and now the restaurant, if it was 100 seats, it's now going to be a 50-seat restaurant and they still got to adapt. I think that that places are going to have to adapt to what the new norm is going to be. And the new norm is going to be what the consumer is going to take, because, you know, I got asked a very interesting question today. And we were talking about when, with all these loans coming out, and when people are going to come back to work and do normal things. And somebody asked me a very poignant question and said, well, when is your wife ready to take your son and your daughter out to a restaurant in New York City? I said, you know, that's a great question. And I'm not going to ask that question until we get some light at the end of the tunnel, until some people know that, hey, we got something to look forward to. Because people have got to calm down. They got to calm their nerves a little bit. So I think it's going to be a rough road ahead.
I mean, does anybody truthfully feel comfortable? We all interact on a regular basis. Yes, we're, you know, the Italians in the room are always going to shake each other's hands and hug and all that stuff. But I mean, do you feel does anyone really feel, even as industry people, do you feel comfortable walking to a place of 200 people at, you know?
You want to ask me that?
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, by the way. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
I used to wash my hands 10 times a day, so I'm just washing them 20 times a day. That's all.
Right.
Yeah. I don't, honestly, to be honest with you, no. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it yet. I watched stuff on when China had opened up a couple weeks ago, and they opened the movie theaters finally. People were stuck in the house forever. And they had regions in China where they didn't get a one person in the movie theater at all. None. Like in 13 movies, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so then I think about that, and I'm like, I don't know, you know. So I'd have to play it out a little bit, I guess, a couple weeks, but.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? Oh man, I don't know. I never know where he's gonna go.
I feel like if most people use their own fucking brains,
right,
and are not just consuming what they're spoon fed,
yeah,
you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Right. And at the end of it, and I am not making light of this in any way. This is a serious thing, and people are dying, and people are sick, and it's very serious. But if you really look at it, all right, 3 times the amount of people die in a year of pneumonia and the flu.
Right.
Period. Don't make a big, huge, giant thing about it every single year when it's flu season. Yeah. Very serious. I totally understand that. It's something that they don't understand. When I say they, what is they? I don't know what they is. Doctors or the government or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is, so they are scared, so they feel like they have to make everybody else scared. Wrong reaction. You're supposed to be protecting the people, not fucking making it worse for them.
Well,
but at the end of it, good.
As a society, we've become.
Hang on, guys. I want to add another person to our group. My friend Tim Hillman is going to join us. You know, he's been a regular on this thing, so let's bring him into the mix too. Yep. Okay. I admitted him.
More the merrier, man.
Yeah, exactly. He's talking food, and he's up in Ridgewood, and there was a big fire at our friend's place. Yeah, so we'll maybe get some insight on that. Anyway, sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to cut you off. Hey, Tim.
No, that's all good. I think as a society as a whole in the past, I don't want to put a number on it, I guess 10, 15 years, we've really become pussies. I mean, it's really been
Tim just literally, Tim Hillman just
honestly
walked into the meeting, to the group with the conversation. We literally have become pussies. I just want to be clear.
Sorry.
Literally the first thing you heard. I saw how the audio connected and the whole nine. Yeah, that's why he literally walked in.
So anyway, I think a lot of our society has become wimps, okay, for a better word, but
yeah,
you know, I think now we're evolving. I don't know, but you know, I think they're so overly conscious about everything nowadays. It's pathetic almost, but that could be part of this. I really don't know.
I say it goes away when everybody gets a vaccine.
Tony Mangia, now what do you feel about? I actually agree with you on what Lance said. Yeah, Tony Mangia, what do you feel about that? Will you feel comfortable sort of interacting with people at a restaurant or a bar down the line?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean that's what I do. I mean, I haven't been able to enjoy, go out to these restaurants in now almost a month. So yeah, I go to my local, like I said, I go to my local deli, local pizzeria, stuff like that. But to be able to interact with people again, that's what I thrive on. I love to talk to the chefs. I love to interact with people. I mean, believe me, I love my family. I love being home, but I also want to be able to experience the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim, I'm going to bring you into this conversation now because everybody else has sort of identified their favorite dirty Jersey places and their old school joints. So Tim is probably a little bit younger than the group of us, I would imagine. So what are your dirty Jersey staples? And then we'll kind of get into some of this coronavirus because there is an important question I have to ask.
What defines dirty Jersey staple? As far as a dive? Or what?
I don't know how to define dirty Jersey. It could be
also like old school. I always say like old school places.
Everybody has their own definition.
Yeah, it's whatever it means to you. Like Rutt's Hut is a dirty Jersey, maybe, right? Okay. Yeah, Sharkies even is, which we talked about.
So whatever you like, man. Whatever you like.
There you go.
I mean, I might just go with White Man and Hackensack just because it's
Yeah, that's great. That's a
staple,
good answer. Good answer. Family food. Yeah, you win. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, you win. Yeah.
Survey says.
Now, guys, what's really interesting about Tim is that on May 16th, and I've let everybody know this, that he's been in chats with, he is scheduled to get married. Okay, so yeah, right.
Wow.
So now, as he's been on this podcast a lot, Tim, what is happening as of today with your wedding plans? Are you shifting that date? Do you feel comfortable bringing 200 people to that wedding venue? What is happening now with your wedding?
So we have an update for once.
Okay, this is big news. This is big fucking news. Okay, there's an update
for the one person or two people who care.
Well, I'm one. So
no, so we got contact from our venue to ask about other dates that we can go to, and we asked about 5 dates, and they're scheduled for those 5 dates.
Shit,
right? Which is odd. But we are currently possibly checking out August as potential secondary option.
Okay, so it looks like you are shifting to another date,
but not officially.
So we will look forward. We will look forward to that storyline developing. Lance, let me ask you: obviously, a big part of your business is restaurants.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are you doing to shift a little bit your business model at this point?
It's all business to consumer. I mean, a lot of website. Our website has gone up 5-fold. Our retail store. Some retailers are calling us up asking what we can do, and we're calling up a lot of retailers asking them, what can we get for you? Because we're hearing a lot of the supply shortages that are out there. It's just completely transformed. I mean, it's not enough to move the needle yet because of all the volume that we did with our restaurants, but it's got to start somewhere. We just got to rebuild it again. That's what it comes down to.
And it is interesting that probably at some point everything will just kind of like click back into place and things will start moving again. I do worry about the restaurant industry because of people feeling really like they don't want to be around other people, and that's.
I think we're going to lose a lot of people. We're going to lose a lot of places. I mean,
it's
almost a given. It's sad, but who can hold on to this? I mean, if you're a guy that's just making it, how the hell are you going to hold on to this?
What's going to
be tough.
What's going to happen, at least from the supply chain side, is we're getting ready to be there for everybody when they need it. We don't know when that is, but we have to remain strong to be there for all of our compadres. And when everybody's ready to come back and turn the lights on, the biggest challenge that we face is a lot of the money that was owed to us over the past 30 days is gone. Is gone. And so when these restaurants, when all of our friends got to go back to work, they're going to need credit. They're going to need our help, and we're going to be there for them. It's almost like we got to say, okay, we got to take what was before and put it aside for a while, and then let's just focus on now. So
that's awesome that you could do that.
I agree with you what you said, Pete. I'm concerned for the restaurant industry, but I think it will evolve into something new and different. And it's like what Darwin said. It's the people that adapt. That's what's going to have to happen.
And Mike, I think Mike has sort of said a couple of times that he sees communities like the restaurant industry sort of becoming a community, right? In a way. Yeah. You've said that, but I also want to give Mike an opportunity because every time you come on here, I feel like you're one of the only people that I talk to in all of these things that is addressing the elephant in the room about mental illness.
Yeah.
And that the fact of the matter is, in this industry, there is a lot of that goes on without the coronavirus.
Yeah.
They don't
I mean,
need
before
they don't need anything else added on to it.
Before COVID-19 pandemic, we were having an epidemic of our own industry, and it's been going on since the beginning. I mean, you can go back decades and you can see what it's done to certain people, to some of the best chefs, the greatest chefs of all times. Bernard Lassalle from France, took his own life because, he was mentally unstable, and it was said it was because of stars and because of this and another thing. It was mental illness and it was mental health. And like I had said that first time, it's important right now that we just check up on each other. I think it's really important. If a lot of people are out of work. 90% of the businesses are not operating. We all know a lot of chefs. Give them a call and just be like, "Hey man, how you doing?" Or "Hey lady, what's going on?" Just check on everybody. Make sure everybody's just mentally holding. I think that's really important right now. And then when this does come back, and it will one day, hopefully sooner than later, but when it does come back, this is an opportunity for our industry to embark on a revolution.
Yeah.
And revolutions are generally started with mass amounts of uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're dealing with is an incredible amount of uncertainty. We're dealing with something without a bottom, without a top, and without a fucking front and back. Like we're dealing with something we've never dealt with before. And like you said, Lance, you take all those piles of shit from the past and you put them in one wheelbarrow, and we're tugging that along right now. But we have to be very conscious about, and I just said this earlier today to someone, we have to be incredibly conscious about is that we don't fall back into what we were accepting as the norm just to get back to something as normal for a comfort level. This is an opportunity to change the industry and change the game. Then fucking change it. Don't fall back because of a feeling of comfort. Well, I'm going to go back to my, $10 an hour dishwasher job because I miss the comfort of that. No. Now's an opportunity to be like, you know how important you are as a porter? Let's now reset the game and let's change the game so that this industry is no longer.
Well said, man. Now more than ever, man.
It happened, you guys can admit it too, if you've been around with it. I mean, it happened a little bit after 9/11. Everybody got a little bit nicer and a little bit more concerned about everybody else's well-being, but it took a tragedy for that to happen. I kind of see the same steps are taking place again, where everybody's saying, I'm going to have a little bit more gas in the tank for patience, and just making sure everybody is okay, because I'm starting to see it again. People are just starting to go down the wrong.
Yeah, and Lance, that was like a bomb. You had that mushroom cloud right there in New York, and obviously that ripple effect went out, and it did affect a lot of people. But and correct, agree with me if I'm right here. Like, this is a blanket thing.
Yeah.
This is like if you were around New York and you knew people and you lost people, you were fucked.
Yeah.
And then as you kind of went farther away, you got a little less. You were a little less connected. This doesn't matter who you are. You're fucking.
Yeah, it's all over the world. It's not here.
Right.
It's not just here. It's
all
over the world.
A global bomb, and it's like we're all dealing with it at the same time. But as industry, we now can make those changes that we've all talked about. Guilty. I'm guilty. I've talked about it for a long time. We got to change the game. We got to make changes. We got to do something. We didn't know how, right? Now this is kind of a
Now is our
slate.
opportunity.
Kind of a clean slate where we can start over and we can be like, we're important, okay? This is an important industry. Look at how many people we employ. Look what we make the wheels turn, you know? And from every level, Lance, you're on the production level, you know, you're on the wholesale level. You're on a lot of different levels. You have wholesale, retail, you know, production. So
agriculture,
agriculture, right? I mean, and that's where it is. It's like it's going all the way from the farmers and the breeders, and all the way down to the consumers and everything in the middle.
You know, everybody used to be really wanting to know about the story. Remember, like the last 5-10 years, people want to know the story of things. Now's the opportunity to write the novel, you know, and for it to really expand upon it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Joe. Okay, let's go. No, it's true, man. Everything you guys are saying. In your space. You're obviously worried about yourself, right? Because of the how it's affecting you, but the girls that work for you and the people that you see now without work. What are you, as an owner or as someone that's running a restaurant, how are you feeling about those people? Because I think one of the things that's lost in this too is like all of the chefs and owners, they've always worked their hardest to put themselves in a position where they would never, they would never jeopardize someone's, job or
that was
literally working so hard to make sure that they always have the income for the employees, right? So what do you feel about that in terms of the people that are like the dishwasher that sort of Mike was kind of talking about, and the people that are in your
honestly, I'm a hands-on owner. I am my dishwasher.
Right. Fair.
Yeah, I pretty much do that too. I was like, I felt so safe. Like I constantly wash my hands probably 100 times a day. Like the girls that work for me make fun of me. I wash my face all the time and everything. But I'm like constantly doing that because you're always in the grease. You're always in the, you're always in it, And so as far as being clean, we're clean as heck. I'm worried about the girl that takes the money. Yeah, obviously she's right there.
I'm sorry, Joe. I meant like in terms of their worrying about their income and their what they're going to do with their life. What do you feel?
Pretty much right now, everybody's collecting. So, it, like everybody else, we'll all get through it. I think I'm nervous for them besides that, but I think I'm hoping that we'll get back before that actually runs out and, it'll work out for everybody. But
yeah,
besides that,
how about you, Lance, with that? I'm sure there's not a lot of things that employees can do right now in your world, right?
Yeah. What was the question? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just in terms of the employees and whatnot, and you've always sort of set yourself up for, hey, you've got a job here for life. You're good to go. And now you're put in a position where it's like, I don't have work for you.
Yeah, it's again reinventing the wheel. That when March 13th, 14th happened, it was like a whirlwind, and we had to have some very difficult conversations with a lot of people, and it was the worst 2 to 3 days of my career. But I take it very responsibly. I mean, my number one responsibility is to make sure that a paycheck is there for my team members every single week. They get it before I do. That's always been my motto ever since day one. And looking down the end of the barrel, that week, it was like, what's going to happen by the end of this week? What other types of things are going to happen? It's going to be changing by the hour. Maybe it'll start changing by the half a day at that point.
Right.
But right now, we're put into a position, a lot of companies are going to be put into a position. We're feeling it right now where we have more work, but we need more help. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to work right now. And it's understandable. It's understandable the concerns that people are having. But that's going to be a problem too, is when people want to go back to work, we're ready to bring them back. We just need more business to do it, and think everybody's going to start feeling the same thing.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get back to the point of the convo of really great food places that you can go or you're dreaming of going to. Right. That was kind of where we were. Now, Tony Mangia is messaging all of us, and it threw me for a loop.
because of Tim's background.
Oh,
Johnny and
Hanges. Johnny and Hanges.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Johnny Andes?
So let's go to Tony Mangia. Back to you. We talked a lot in the last one about some of the places you're going. Have you thought of other places that you are now going to go to upon your return?
I haven't actually.
Thanks. Yeah.
Where did Tim go? Tim's gone.
Tim left. Yeah, I was excited to ask him.
Son of a gun. No. Actually,
yeah. Fuck you, Tim.
I've been seeing some posts by Robbie Felice. He's been posting stuff like he's doing like a takeout type thing. So and it's a very limited menu, but I tell you what he has on it looks amazing. So I have to make it a point to go to one of his spots, whether it's was it Viaggio or Osteria Crescendo and was the one in Westwood, the ones.
So have you been there to any of those places?
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, he's
awesome spot.
Great. What about you, Joe? Where are you talked a little bit about some of the places you might head, but where do you think was some other places that you might head?
I love this place down in Neptune now, Grand Tavern. Friggin' place. I had sweetbreads piccata down there the last time I went. Phenomenal. Like just the classic thing that was so money that I ordered 2 of them, you know?
Right.
And my buddy Chris, who was actually a boat captain, opened a place in Asbury called the Galley. It's a pizzeria, but he does some real nice stuff. He's got real napkins, real china, real forks. You're not getting a freaking disposable thing there. And it's a pizzeria. Imagine that. And so I think one of my runs will be to him, grab something quick, and then go to Grand, get some booze and some good appetizers.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask the both of you the rest of you that question, but Joe, also you do a lot of fishing, right? So how is your? Every day on your Facebook, I'm just like something that's been caught. So
yeah, well, that's my second love. Cooking's one, and that's number 2. You know, and I do a lot of my eating, harvesting my own food. I love growing my own stuff. I was picking garlic out of the lawn the other day. I cooked it in my potatoes, like something I just enjoy doing. And
so how has the fishing changed for you in this place?
I can't go out. I'm not going out with my buddies on a boat with 4 or 5 guys right now. I don't know. You know, we're always yelling, cursing, drinking, spitting. You know, like I don't want to be around that right now. I went to the stream yesterday up in Flatbrook. It was nice. I went up with a couple of buddies. We drove separate.
Did you guys stand 6 feet apart from each other?
We did it. We were standing in the water, so it was actually awesome. We caught 120 trout. We couldn't keep them.
Wow.
Were you shouting like, "I got one"? Like
without saying, but I wish I could have kept them because I wanted to put them on the Traeger and smoke them. But next week I'm going to try to go back and get some more for it. But I'm missing it. I love crab and I love clam and I do all of that. Like I hunt.
Yeah, man.
And that's a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm able to do that because my restaurant is only open when they're racing, so I'm open 3 days, 4 days a week. I still have that free time a little bit, you know, to do that, which is awesome.
Now, to Lance, I want to ask you the same thing. Where are you going? And then I have another question about the farm. But where are you going as soon as this crisis is over with?
All right. I got a question though, because it's been bothering me since we brought it up. So it's Johnny or Angie's or Hiram's?
I mean, for me, between the two, it's Hiram's. But I mean, I don't know.
You're a Ruts guy.
Yeah, but I am a Ruts guy. It's Ruts over all things, though. Yeah.
I sent my buddies to Ruts, but I went to Hiram's. They hate Ruts, you know. So and they're the same exact hot dog. I know the guys that sell them the hot dog. They're the Hillman orange hot dog, bro.
Right.
You know, they're the same hot dog. What the hell's the difference? You know, to me, but.
I mean, Ruts is just happened to be where I was. You know what I mean? I was, I was 2 minutes from my house.
That's where I grew up. I mean, I was a Ruts guy.
Yeah.
Straight up Hiram's fan. No, as far as a place to eat, it's a very simple answer. I mean, you got this other guy on the line here. I need Mike Carrino up in our kitchen at Fossil Farms with all of our other Jersey chef friends cooking
Yeah.
dinner and having a great time. That's
awesome.
what I want. That's what I want.
Cool.
I'm with that. Mike, what about you? Where are you going as soon as this, as soon as this opens up? I will also admit that because I'm in LA at this point right now, when I come back, the first place I'm going to is not Rot's Hut, but it's probably your sandwich shop.
I like that. I'll take that.
Because you can't get no good food out there.
No. Oh, that's okay.
That's the other question I was going to ask you is, what are you doing out in LA?
Okay, fair question. My wife got a job out here in LA, and so we were like, let's make the transition. Obviously, I've been trying to do more film and TV stuff, so I thought it was appropriate to try to take a gamble on that.
Cool.
We're here now. Obviously, I'll be back July, August, and all the wedding seasons, because now my entire, life got shifted into, weddings that were in April and May are now moved to July and August. So I'll probably be spending more time in Jersey than LA. But anyway, so that's why I'm out here. I've worked on a new project, and I think that's going to get moving too. So awesome. And Mike and I are working on a project that we haven't even discussed very much at length yet, but we're working on it.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
You haven't been there long, but
no, a couple of days, and we're in this fucking pandemic. Yeah.
Is there any similarities with New York as far as the pandemic itself, or
I will say that like through the cross country drive, when you got to some of the mid states, the mid-central, Midwest states, nobody was wearing masks. Nobody, they looked at like I was an alien for wearing one. Yeah. Once you get to the West Coast, it's like designer masks. Like they took the mask thing to a whole other they're wearing masks in their car to get from one place to the other, like
they're changing the mask when they get to the place.
Card, guys. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They have to change the mask when they get to that place.
Maybe.
You can't wear the same mask in the car that you wear when you go to the store.
That's a little Hollywood, dude. No way.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. So I'm rolling with that, I've got 4 masks now.
How many in and outs have you had? There was 2
days. One in Vegas, and then today I had another in and out today. But I mean, like that gets a little bit old pretty quick.
Yeah, right.
It's like having Shake Shack, and then you're like, fuck. Yeah. Anyway, Mike, where did you say where you're running out to? I don't know if we got there.
To the fucking park, man. That's all.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Like I want to take my kids to the park.
Yeah.
It's like food is just not on my mind right now. I know that sounds really weird.
Well, the topic of this conversation is food,
Let's all remember what we're here for.
Yeah, but buying, I got you. Yeah.
I don't know.
The story kind of went like this.
I'm with you on that, man.
Yeah, it's like I'm just trying to get through the day.
But you're also, I mean, it's funny from Mike's perspective because Mike had a restaurant and it closed in Montclair. So you dealt with probably what a lot of people are dealing with. And we talked about that a few times since you've been on. Yeah. You're dealing with what a lot of people have dealt with already. And now you're in a position where you kind of reset your life up, right, with the new sandwich shop. And
there's other things too in the hopper, but
yeah.
And all that went down the toilet real quick.
But at this point, it's kind of like a thing where I don't want to say thriving in any way because that's not the right word probably to describe it, but you're doing okay because of what you kind of set up in that situation. Yeah.
Like I said, and I'm just going to say this right now, I'm at like 5% and I left my charger at the shop. So
it's okay. We're about 5% with the end of the show too.
if I black out on you guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The shop, the pasta shop is set up as a retail shop. That's the business model. We don't do prepared foods. We do sandwiches and we do pasta sauces. Everything is a grab and go. It's a retail situation. So, that just happens to work under the circumstances.
Correct.
Busier than normal, like right now, or no?
Say again.
Busier than normal during this whole thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, right. How about a problem with the purveyors? Are you having a problem getting product at all? I have
Sometimes.
a question with that because I'm not open.
Sometimes,
Right.
I will say that it's kind of like it's kind of like gas, right? Gas is at $1.70 right now.
Right.
When was the last time a gas was $1.70? Right?
Yeah.
$3.19 in Los Angeles.
So, how much?
$3.19 in Los Angeles.
Just fucking jerk off.
What the fuck? How is the gas different in Jersey than in LA? What the fuck? You know? Yeah. I did that rant. We lost Mike. Oh, we lost fucking Mike. We lost Mike. And he was just getting to a great. Damn it.
That's life. That's life. Just when you get into a great point, what happens? It gets shut down.
Yeah. Well, and in all reality, too, this is sort of about, this is like that would never happen if we were all at a bar together.
No.
Yeah.
Mike wouldn't just disappear. Maybe. I don't know if he Irish exited.
Irish exit, baby.
I'm going to let Lance finish this out because I feel like, you probably can pick up sort of where Mike was where he was going to go. And I don't know that that's
but
true.
You're giving the product. How do you feel about are you having trouble giving the product to restaurants right now?
Yeah.
Because there's such a high demand.
You guys just cut out for a second. You there?
Yeah, we're all here. He asked, are you having a problem giving out product at this point?
No, we're not having a problem giving out product. We're not having a problem getting product. I think the biggest problem right now, the challenge, is cash flow. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, that is.
And it's the unfortunate situation is everything that's in the building or everything that we have that's growing. Like we can't tell the animals or the farmers that we're working with, like you have to stop feeding your animals. Like that doesn't work. So we have to be able to turn that inventory as quick as possible. And sometimes it's just, instead of staying fresh, it's got to go in the freezer for a while,
Yeah.
But no, we're not having a problem getting product to restaurants.
All right, cool.
Or retail markets.
And Joe, for you, when do you foresee this, and to each of you, when do you see this sort of in your mindset picking back up to some sort of version of normalcy?
I'm thinking, at the very least July. I'm hoping before that. But I really, as screwed up as it is right now, I really can't see it being before July. If it's then, it might be after that. In my opinion.
So let me ask you this: the people that you guys talk to, your significant others, what did they say? When would they feel comfortable to go out? If
that's a really good question.
The all clear was given, when do they feel comfortable to go out to eat? Because that's the better, factor and denominator.
Let's go to Tony Mangia. I feel like he's the perfect answer for that. You, your wife, your family, the people in your world.
If they said an all clear by the middle of May, when are you going out to eat?
I mean, me personally, I would go out right away. But obviously, you have to take into account your wife or your family. I don't know if my wife would be ready to go out in the middle of May. I'd be to be very honest. I mean, I think it'll take her a little bit more time to say, a little bit more, whatever, a little bit more info for the government, which we're not going to get. But I mean, that's a personal opinion. I mean, I could probably text her and ask her and see what she would say. I don't think that she would. I think it would have to be. I think Joe's right by saying July is probably a fair estimate.
Yeah,
definitely. He said even then.
Yeah, who knows?
And I definitely think in terms of like big events, weddings. I know you, Lance, you do that fire. What is it?
Fire in the mountain.
Yeah, I know that you probably have to maybe shift that, right? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll usually do them like once a month. When the weather starts to get warmer with the outside kitchen up at the farm. We've got a big one planned at the end of May. I mean, geez, Carrino was coming up to it as well. We have a lot of other chefs. Just
you work with Brian Gregg at all?
What's that?
Brian Gregg, you work with him?
Oh yeah, he's up at.
Dude, he
Cafe
has some
Chanel.
really, really nice stuff, man. I gotta say.
That would be a place that I would like to go to after this is all done.
Yeah, right. That's I'm trying to tell everybody, bro. Cafe Chameleon, man. That place.
Where is it?
Bloomingdale.
Compton Lakes.
Okay.
Bloomingdale.
Bloomingdale.
Yeah.
Bro, check out his stuff, man. I'm telling you.
Because he was great when he was in Montclair. We went there. Pete, remember we went there?
What was his place? What was his place in Montclair?
Escape. It was Escape.
Okay, yeah, we went there.
Yes,
yeah. It's phenomenal. Yeah.
No, he's on point. He's always been on point with his food.
And my wife said maybe June or July.
I think that's
My wife
That's
works
the
in
better
hospital.
denominator.
Oh, damn, Joe, I got to get to that. Your wife is working she's on the front lines working in a hospital.
Well, she's not on the hot side, so to say. So she's not like working on the floor with them. Thank God. She works.
Well, from me and my family, we thank her very much for what she is.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Yes.
But she she works with the ped neuro patients, and they keep kind of keeping them all there. God forbid they have to go there, and they're all trained for that and whatnot. But she goes to work, comes home, the clothes go right from off her body into the washing machine. The shoes stay outside. She goes in the shower. It's a nervous life. It sucks. It sucks living like that. I have a 2-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So all of that together, she's a nervous wreck after that. So like if I run out to the store, like I ran to get a basket cheese and stuff to make the pizza game, and you come home, you gotta wipe everything down. It's just like a friggin' pain in the ass. But you gotta be safe. But so I don't know that she might not be ready until friggin' October. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, for the public that I deal with, we see it on everybody's face how panicked they are right now.
Yeah, man.
It's everybody's.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm the same way. I'm not totally comfortable out in public or anything right now.
Now, Mike Carrino's coming back. I'm letting him back in. Hey, Mangia, now me and you we're social butterflies. We love to eat. We're going out immediately as soon as this opens back up. Yes?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you come back to Jersey, we're gonna go out. Obviously,
yeah. I'll be back in July for fucking the whole month.
Peter, listen. My wife doesn't want to go out. Doesn't mean I'm not going. I will drink straight vodka and kill everything. So I'll be all right.
I think the first place I'm going to go to is Angelo's in Lyndhurst because it's just my stomping ground. And Tony Monty took me there first. So
that was great. Because Joe told me about it.
That's right.
Well, that place. That's my
these
family.
are the first time they're visually seeing each other here.
No. We met at your party a couple of years ago.
Did you guys really? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then we got at my party. We also had Justin made something from Lance. I forget what it was.
Oh yeah, he made ostrich burgers or something.
Something like.
Oh
that.
yeah. I know where that bird came from.
Yeah.
It was that big bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife has a question. She wants me to ask.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So she wants to know. We're supposed to be traveling overseas. When would you decide to go out of the country?
Okay. So first of all, when are you traveling over? That's a good question. When are you traveling overseas? Where are you going?
The end of the summer, Italy.
Nice. Welcome back. They're going to say that when you get there. Next August.
Yeah, I'll give it a while.
No, but see, the problem is because the airlines they're only giving like certain like gaps to give the money or give the refunds or to move the tickets around. So Mike's here twice. Look, yeah. So you have, if you book say today, you can only use it until today.
Like a year, right?
The day, yeah.
But the prices on on airlines are crazy cheap.
Yeah, right? they're about $200 or $300 less than what we paid. But
hey, can I ask you guys a question? I know we're talking about food, but can I switch it to drink for a second?
Oh, definitely. Look who's back.
Hey,
now we missed
you.
So, yeah, we can hear you. We missed you so much. Yeah,
I'm a missable kind of guy.
Yeah, no doubt, definitely, absolutely. Yeah,
I have a question to ask about drink. Okay, about something because I'm not a connoisseur in this. Hold on one second.
I want to also say I text my wife just about 30 minutes ago, and I said I feel like at some point in my life, me and Mike Carrino are going to be BFF. I just like. And she wrote, cool.
That's your wife.
Mike's an easy guy to like. It's very easy.
Yeah. Well, that was also to help you. That was also to help you get your drink and all that stuff. That was a little transition talk. Yeah. But I did say that. Yeah.
You're always so talented in that shit.
I tried to just move the
deflect and good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. Is this? We're cleaning out my grandmother's house a few years ago.
Oh boy.
And we came across this. This is a bottle of old
granddad,
great risky rye, sealed and bottled in bond.
Wow.
And it's from 1910.
Yeah.
Drink it.
Still good?
Who said that? Yeah.
I did. What the fuck else are you gonna do with it? Drink it.
You're not going to go on that show, Storage War, or what was this?
Because you know what's gonna happen, Lance? You're gonna hold it
Yeah.
for fucking 20 years, and then you're gonna end up giving it to your son.
Right.
And you know what? He's gonna be like, "Oh, my dad gave me this," and you know what?
Oh,
He's
my
gonna
God.
drink it, and he's gonna be like, "Shit, Dad should have drank that."
I thought you were going somewhere else with that, Mike. I thought you were going to say you're going to hold it 20 years and then die.
Oh, whoa.
No.
Yeah.
Drink it. Drink it.
Drink it. Well, if I'm drinking it, that means it's got to be the night when all you guys are up at the kitchen then.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I got a bottle of Cavassier that somebody gave me from the 40s, and I sat on it for 10 years, and then I said, you know what, this is stupid, and I cracked it one year, and I used it at the New Jersey Food and Wine Festival, and I poured a glass for Danielle Balloon.
Yeah.
And I told him, I told him how long I had hold on to it. You know what he said to me?
Well,
Drink it.
drink it.
I love
Drink
that.
it.
Yeah.
So you got a
I think
bottle
Grandpa
of
would
wine
have liked
from
that.
1910?
Manja, do you got anything fucking
1910.
crazy like that? Do you got anything, any kind of retro, kind of dated, really cool thing? Do you have any of that?
What, like I have plenty of books, but I don't know about food wise.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well,
a lot of books
fuck,
here. I mean-
Manja, I just cut to you, you know. Yeah, no,
No, I don't. I'll be honest. I don't know because I always think that does alcohol go bad?
oh, I don't know.
No.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you now.
Not that high. Not that high of. Not that
There's
high.
a
of
great
alcohol
movie.
content.
What's that movie with Steve Martin?
The Jerk.
Three Amigos.
Maybe it's The Jerk, and they're in the restaurant. They're drinking wine, and they're trying to give us this old wine. Do
The Jerk.
The jerk.
Anyway, that's an Alan Watts told me that. Anyway, to Joe. Your whole family is in this industry.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Your whole family. No, it's okay. Your whole family is in this industry,
Right.
for the most part, right? Do you think anybody has seen this sort of pandemic scenario that's unfolded? Your dad is obviously, first of all, let's give props to Joe's dad, who has worked countlessly in restaurants for many years. He's a legend character person. You know, I'm saying that to you.
That's my biggest teacher, you know.
Yeah.
Always taught me, like, my father had a store in Lyndhurst as a kid, and he always, like, we always had to be there every weekend, you know. And I was like, I remember crying as a kid and be like, why do we got to do these catering jobs, you know? And
Right.
And he always told me, he's like, Joe, if for nothing else, this is going to be what you fall back on if you don't like anything else. And it was what I fell back on, you know. I was at one point thinking about being a cop. I went to criminal justice school, and I ended up doing, you know, I did fall back on it. So he was right, but you know, I don't think that anybody has ever seen anything like this. I think we are the closest people that have seen stuff like this through Sandy, through you know, through 9/11, that kind of thing. But I don't think our parents saw anything like this. But
Has your dad, who's a legend, said anything to you about this? What has he said to you about any of this, if you've spoken to him?
Dude, my father is so out of control that he like redid his whole house. Okay, that's what him and my stepmother are doing. They painted it. They did the basement.
During this, you mean during this?
During this, that's what they're doing.
Right.
They did not stop. They redid the house in Ocean Township where they live. We have a house in Manahawkin too, but they redid that whole house. Like, that's what they're doing.
That sounds awesome.
It's like kind of shook it off. I want to say.
Lance,
You know?
have you done anything new or invented? Like, I mean, I feel like this has given all of us sort of business owners, and I asked Mike this, he said he's done shit, but has it sort
That's
of
so not true?
Has it well, you know, because Mike is actually probably of all of us working more so than, you know, because we're all, you know, but anyway, has there been any sort of reinvention or thinking of like, well, this might work, you know, moving forward, even when everything is back in play?
Yeah. I think our company's definitely going to be more consumer facing, you know, especially with our market and kitchen and the amount of people that are driving from all over the place just to get the heck out and come see us and what we're all out, it's been mind-boggling.
Yeah.
You know, there's not much more we can do in the way of proteins because we kind of like do it all, so to say. But like Ben and the rest of our team, like they're flipping everything over like really quickly. We're doing a lot of really crazy stuff. And everybody's just loving it. So it's just keep doing more of that and pivoting. You know, remember that Friends episode? Pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot.
Before you came on, I was saying how good your mortadella was. The best I've ever had in my life.
He did say that. Yeah, he did say that.
That's awesome. Thank you for that.
Lance, does Mark make that?
What's that?
Does Mark make that?
No, Priscilla made that in our kitchen. She did that herself.
Okay.
She did that with,
I thought Mark made that.
She did that with Todd's pigs.
Yeah. All right. I stand corrected.
I mean, all of the most fun stuff I've had in my life is from Lance's Fossil Farms. So, Tony Mangia, have you had any of Fossil Farm stuff?
I mean, I go to a lot of restaurants, so I'm sure I have.
I just called you out on that, by the way. That was done on purpose. Yeah.
I have not been to his shop, so now I have a reason to go up there. So I want to be able to experiment with some
rabbit.
Yeah, rabbit.
So
that's. Actually, I do have a question though.
Good.
Lance, what else could we get at Fossil Farms besides rabbit, besides bison? I mean, what are some of the other?
You can get ostrich, you can get pheasant, you can get wild boar, you can get yak, you can get Piedmontese
kangaroo.
You can get kangaroo, right? You can get all the crazy stuff as well. Everything, pretty much anything, and now we're selling Mike's pastas. They're selling.
Really?
And they're selling. Cool. People are loving it.
But what are your hours? What are your hours? I'm sorry.
So
no, it's good.
Yeah, no, we're open 7 days a week now, Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay. Mike, and if I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm taking over. I'm taking over. No,
I do not mind. I know. Listen, this is the live at night. Is whatever happened. Yeah.
If say I wanted
Pumas are welcome. No.
if I wanted to try something, could you give me like ideas how to make it?
Of course.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
We got plenty of chefs that
fucking of course. Yeah.
Hold on.
What do you over here? What do you think we do over here? No.
Say hello, Tessa.
To Mike, question. What did you love the most to cook from Lance's Fossil Farms?
Hare and rabbit. Livier la Royale.
You really like that hare, huh?
That's like my favorite dish is Livier la Royale. I take a hare, I debone it, I take rabbit, I grind it up, and then I stuff the hare with the rabbit and a whole lobe of foie gras, and then I roll it, and I wrap it in cold fat, and then I poach it, and then I roast it, and then I make the sauce with pig's blood.
Oh,
isn't that the dish that you did at the JBF house with us at the Wild?
I've done that dish a lot. Right? Yeah, that's one of my favorite dishes. You garnish it with cornichons. So I love the hare.
Go ahead, Tony.
I'm sorry.
His ostrich.
I don't mind. Yeah, mine was just a scheduling question. Go ahead.
No. Because the other thing is for the Italians during the Carnival season, they would make things with pig's blood. Is there any place I know like Jersey's getting really tough with that? Can you still get pig's blood in Jersey?
Yeah. You gotta get the good blood.
You can.
Yeah.
You gotta get blood. You gotta get in with one of the guys at the slaughterhouse. So what they call it stirred blood. So it doesn't coagulate. They take the coagulants out on it for you. So that's the best blood. So I go to Dealman's in Warren, and the guys up there, I've been dealing with them for like better part of 15 years. And if I get blood from them, I'll get a gallon of blood and they'll stir it for me. So what they do is they add a little lemon juice, and it activates all the coagulants, and they literally just sit there and they stir it until they get all the coagulant out, and then I get liquid blood.
Because there's an Italian, it's a dessert, it's sanguinaccio, which is my favorite thing in the entire world, and really
I used to make sanguinaccio ice cream at Pig and Prince.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Actually, Lance, I think I did that for one of the events that we did together.
Yeah.
I think I may have done that for something that we did together. But yeah, we used to make the Italian chocolate blood ice cream, sanguinaccio ice cream.
I love that. That's my favorite.
There has
I'll
not
send you
been
the
one
rest.
thing that I've had from
Please.
you that wasn't good.
From me?
Dude, that's straight up. That is straight up
no doubt.
real talk
Simple.
right there.
That's because all the bad shit goes in the garbage.
That's right.
Man,
Actually, that's
I don't
not
mean
true. I
to-
don't throw anything away. All the bad shit goes to family meal. They eat it.
But I have to say, I mean, and I don't mean this in a way to bring a, because I know Pig and Prince is sensitive, but it was by far one of my favorite restaurants in that area. Yeah, I mean, and just in life, like I loved coming there, I loved eating, and I loved seeing what you were doing next. Like I feel like you were always sort of inventing and reinventing the wheel at that place. So do you
pioneer style, man? Taught all the young kids right now what to do.
That's really true.
I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean that was a little bit of my man crush coming out right there, but
Sorry.
But no, in all sincerity, do you think could you see yourself opening another restaurant space in the next couple of years or so?
Me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm stupid enough. You know what? I think I got. When are you talking like a full blown like
Pig and Prince,
a la carte restaurant?
Yes.
I'll never open something that big again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a promise. I'll never do it on my own again. I definitely would definitely want help backing something. That was just too much.
Would you bring liquor back in?
I think it depends on where I am. I'm not spending $1 million again for a license. No way.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Unless the laws change or I find a different area. I think if the situation is right, if all the dominoes are lined up the right way, I got one more in me. But that's not all the other little things I want to do, So like if I wanted to, maybe like extend the pasta shop to do something small but small. I don't want anything big anymore, It's too much for one person. It's just not.
I was reading a lot of articles lately about how the new, 20, 30 person restaurant, the old school one, actually is now coming back, and that's going to be the new restaurant,
Yeah.
There's no more big friggin' restaurants, especially after this shit. But
it's got to be a multi-purpose space.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Like if it's big enough, it has to be multi-purpose. Yeah.
You have a restaurant with a small little marketplace attached. This thing happens again,
has to be.
Flip it,
Go ahead, Joe.
Because of my fishing, I travel so much around the state, and I got to be honest with you, man. South Jersey has come so far. Like just from, I mean, Asbury, obviously that area's come a long, long way. But you go south of that, like Long Beach Island, the past 5 years has come so goddamn far with these little markets they have, and like you're saying, shared spaces, breweries that work with this one. It's just like it's incredible. Like to an area where 10 years ago, man, you couldn't, you went to a pasta vodka joint that was the restaurant, you know what I mean? Like now it's nothing like that, and it's just come even in the last 5 years, it's just come so far. I think eventually they might beat North Jersey.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of talent down there that's hidden.
Yeah.
One of the best dishes I ever had was actually at Passione. Was the skate wing you used to make?
Oh yeah, with the broccoli rabe and the Napa cabbage.
Exactly. I sent it to the chat.
Yeah, no, Tony Mangia, I love you like a brother, but he sent us all a message that nobody anywhere can see. But it's something that you wrote about this.
Well, yeah, this was back in. I can't even tell you what year this was. I don't even know if it's even on.
And if you're listening on audio, you definitely will never find this link. But it's linked. So why don't you, audio-wise, explain what this is?
So I used to write a blog called Chow Down with Tony Mangia, and I can say I can't.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, now it's just at the table with Tony.
Right.
No more chow down. But yeah, I forgot what year it was, but Mike made this amazing. I guess it was a 4 or 5 course dinner, and actually the only other thing was the pork and beef meatballs with Parmesan polenta. That was another amazing dish. The poached pear.
Didn't I give you the caprese with the basil ice cream?
Wow, I love that.
I
want that right now, man.
That just adds to the man. That adds to the.
It's hard to see it.
You know what I mean? That he remembers some specific fucking shit that he gave.
Yeah. It's written down.
I remember that.
And the chocolate souffle.
Yeah, there you
go. I don't know, Mike.
Maybe
you should resurrect Restaurant Passione right in the kitchen, the market kitchen for tonight, huh?
Dude, now I love that fucking idea. Right?
Why not?
Pop up
one night
places. Yeah. I love that.
Pop up in the Fossil Kitchen.
I love
8
that
to
shit.
10 seats, we have fun for it.
No, and I'll film that shit. Yeah. That's some good ideas right there.
10 seats, but 16 meals, right?
Yeah.
You're the boss on that one. That's your kitchen.
I'm in on that
like
one.
Tony Mangia and I had a friend, Corey Kova. I don't know if any of you guys know him. He's in San Francisco now, but we went to one time. What was that called? Like a supper with strangers or something like that. Yeah,
that was a little weird. We went to somebody's apartment and he's cooking for us.
And he cooked for a whole bunch of people that used to come eat at his restaurant, and he had closed his restaurant or whatever, but it was one of the best nights that we ever had. Like, we met people that we didn't know. I want to take your this is now we're live, but I want to take Lance's space because he's got this killer, like, 10, what did you say, 8 to 10 seats or
8 to 10 seats, yeah.
And I want to create supper with strangers at Lance's little kitchen there. Yeah. And you don't know who it's a random, like, potluck. You don't know who you're going to wind up sitting with. You know what I mean? Like, it might be 5 of us. It might be the Real Housewives of some state.
And you'll definitely record that.
Might leave.
What do you guys think about the sort of like the social media influencers or the people that sort of came to restaurants for free meals? And sort of that sort of grew in the, and I know we're way beyond the time of where we should be, but whatever, who cares? What do you think about those people? Like, they're not really helping this crisis.
What, like blogger type people, or like
like bloggers in general, or like the social media influencers that come to restaurants and promise, we're gonna do all this for you guys. You know what I mean? But like, there's nothing that they can do now. Do you think social media influencers will be affected by this? And since Tony Mangia was once a social media influencer, I will let him answer that question first.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Again, I think that if we can't always expect a handout now, we have to support the people that gave us whatever it was, the food. That's
where I was going with that.
So no, I think that it's kind of like a put up or shut up type thing. I mean, if you feel I shouldn't preface it by saying if you feel comfortable going out to a restaurant, because I know some people are deathly afraid, whether they have a immunocompromised or whatever. So I think that if you feel comfortable going to a place, you should be going to whatever, especially if it's your local place, if it's a place like Mike's Pasta Shop, support these places. Because those are if you really love them so much, if you really love the food, you really love the person, the chef, whatever, if you love that, you wouldn't worry about getting a free meal out of it. You'd be worried about, trying to support them as much as you can now when the shit hit the fan, and plain English.
Keep them sustainable, yeah.
So I mean, I think that I mean, yes, there'll always be influencers. I don't think that's going to go away. Maybe it's on pause. You press the pause button for a little bit, but I think that it should make people have more of a soul, like to realize, don't take advantage of people.
Or common sense, like if you're a blogger, you're not going in there asking for a meal or anything like that.
That's.
I'm sure there are some bloggers that are like, "Can I get a free meal?" That was a millennial voice. I don't know.
I mean, if you can't ask for a free meal, you better not come back. Don't come back. That's it.
Yeah. Mike, what do you feel about that? Yeah,
I'm sorry, Vij. I think that I think influencing is. Maybe it has its place. I don't know. I mean, again, like you said, I kind of was part of it at one point in my life, and you were there, Pete. We had amazing times. We had a lot of fun.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all, but
But again, when the shit crap, whatever once it hits the fan, you have to be able to kind of put up or shut up. If you're gonna keep on doing it, That's,
you're right, Mike. What do you think about that part of the industry?
That part of the industry can fucking die, as far as I'm concerned. Listen, there's like 5% of the people out there that actually know what they're talking about. You get somebody that's got an education on food, whether it be from wherever, that actually know what they're talking about. Those are the people that are going to take the responsibility of that position, and they're going to do it the right way. If you're going out there to get free meals and just to blast people, go fuck off. That's what I think.
What was that thing on Facebook that was going around a week or so ago with the chefs? It was like something like, all you Yelpers.
We're going to Yelp you.
Now it's the chef's turn for everything that you're posting from being in quarantine or something like that. It was
if there are still, by the way, assholes posting Yelp reviews in quarantine. What the fuck?
Imagine that, man. Get a
what
fucking
the
life.
fuck are you
because
doing?
people like that, people like that live like this on a daily basis. They're not in quarantine.
Everybody has an opinion
for them.
They're right. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, man.
If I could just piggyback to what Mike said, also, it's okay. It's great to put a picture up, but you need to know the story behind the dish. You need to know the story of how something was made. What farm did it come from? What was the chef? You can't just say, "Oh, this is a pretty picture of whatever the hell it is." You have to. I mean, that's one thing that I do. I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, or whatever, but
I do.
I try to put a story behind whatever I eat. It isn't just okay. Here's a pretty picture. You tell the history of it. Whether it's especially me, I do more of the Italian stuff. So
nobody's accusing you of anything, Anthony.
No, I know. I'm just trying to justify.
Very much like in the fucking hot seat with the light on you right now. No, you're clean. Everybody's good with you. Yeah.
No. But I'm just saying. I mean, I think that my point is that people should look at it that way. Don't look at it just, I want a free meal, and I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but here it's a couple of pieces of lettuce or whatever.
But I will say, Tony Mangia and I went to Mark Murphy's restaurant, and we absolutely fucking hated the burger that he had, right? Is that true? Right? We couldn't stand it. I mean, and who cares? He's not watching this podcast.
I was going to say, way to call him out, Pete.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. But at the same time, Anthony did not go on his chow down and write Mark Murphy's burger sucks dick. You know what I mean?
Right.
We had that experience, and we were like, okay, that was not in that particular night on that
but
particular
I think, Anthony,
day.
that's one of your things, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't give anybody a bad shit. Like
I mean, if I don't like something, I'm not going to say anything because
you don't say anything.
What was the if it was the old Disney movie, was it Bambi? If you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. Don't say anything at all.
Right.
I didn't know it was from Bambi. I thought it was just life.
That was
fucking from Bambi.
Like, I think Thumper said it to Bambi. I think the rabbit said it to the deer, and we're gonna eat them now.
Mind blown. I thought that was just life statement.
Well, it is life, but you have to relate to kids in a way. So I think that's
fucking shit. That's news to me. Yeah,
I think silence speaks volumes in that regard.
Yeah.
So that's a responsible writer.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people are just out there to bash, and they don't understand that either just uneducated writing. Or not fact checking or things like that can really damage a small restaurant.
And it's funny that you mentioned that. I mentioned in one of our Where Should We Go places, this Thai place in Bhutan, and I think Lance, you said that you've been there. That little
what was the name of that place?
Thai Ping. And there definitely came from Thailand. It's the most authentic place that you can get. But I remember sitting in there one time where a Yelper. Listen, guys. It's not the decor. It's not the best looking place. They have fucking a garden. They have a garden growing in the fucking restaurant. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they haven't updated the decor in a long time. Okay. Right. I get it. But it's the most authentic Thai food place that I've ever had. And I'm here in LA, whatever for a day. But by the same token, like I worry about places like that we're really on that cusp of, fuck, we're struggling every fucking day to make it. Will we have enough today to get to tomorrow? And now there's no tomorrow. There's no the next week, Yeah. And I remember being at that place one time with a Yelp reviewer writing like, literally saying out loud, "Oh, did she just say?" And it's just some dumb shit that the person did. It was a miscommunication, And I was like, I don't even Yelp, but I Yelped that day. This restaurant is amazing, just so that, if in case that person was Yelping, it counteracted my Yelp counteracted.
I don't even know if these people realize what they're doing. I mean,
no, I don't. It's just that Simon Cowell. They all think they're Simon Cowell. You know what I mean? Like that.
Maybe the silver lining of all this is Yelp will go bankrupt and go out of fucking business.
Please,
imagine that.
Yeah.
Let's start
Is
to
it
go
really,
that.
truthfully, an identifiable place where you can say, "Oh my God, I read a Yelp review. I'm never going there." And I've done that in my past, but now I don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Because
remember we were talking about spoon-fed people.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a place in Astoria, Queens called Ornella Trattoria, and if you go into his bathroom, it's wallpaper of bad Yelp reviews. Whole bathroom is wallpaper the bad Yelp reviews.
Love it.
And he responds to everybody, and he just blows them out of the water. Like, this guy does not take any shit from anybody. And I tell you, his food is friggin' amazing. Like, he makes all his own pasta in house. He cures his own meats up in the Catskills. I mean, he's a guy from Italy. He's off the boat. I mean, he's a legit guy.
I remember one time, Tony Mangia and I were at a burger place that we just tried that opened in Ridgewood, and he was so obsessed with Yelp to a point where me and you were at this. Remember, hold on. You hear the rest of the story, and you'll know where I'm going with this. We were at a place, and the guy came to you, and you were like, "Oh man," because we had the burgers, and we really liked his burgers. And he was like, "Are you from Yelp?" And you were like, "No, I'm not from Yelp." He's like, "There's a fucking guy."
Yes.
There's a fucking guy on Yelp that said my burgers, they come to well done. Listen, we make the burgers how you fucking want them to be, I'm gonna fucking find his house. Like, he was on a fucking rant. You remember that shit? Like, that's a guy that takes Yelp way too seriously. And he's like, "Are you him? Are you him?" And
oh, you have his number?
Like, I'm not. What the fuck are you even talking about? I didn't even know this. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that day.
Fuck Yelp.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Well, listen, guys, we did 2 hours and 35 minutes here. We haven't mentioned one other place, and Mike Carrino refuses to acknowledge a place to go to as soon as this coronavirus is done.
Next time, I'll keep you in suspense for the next time.
I'm telling you where I'm going, and we'll hit this as the final note. Where are we all going? And we did it. We'll do it again. I'm going to Mike's. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
You can get his pasta at my store.
I'm giving you one place. I'm going to Mike's Sandwich Shop, which I'm also wearing the shirt for because I'm a big supporter that way. But go ahead, Mangia. Where are you going? One place. You don't have multiple.
Oh, don't pick me. Let somebody else.
Okay, Joe, where are you going?
Oh no, I gotta think 1 second. Then give me 1 second.
What the fucking shit, guys? Fucking got a whole bunch of Yelp reviewers here. Lance, where are you going? The one place you're going when the world says, and I'm not saying like the half place that we're going to be in after this place, the place where we're all going to restaurants. Where are you going?
I'm going to ask Michelle where she wants me to take her, and that's where I'm going.
That's a very good. That's a very good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
This is a very Barack Obama answer, by the way.
I think my first spot, I'm going to go in Bergenfield. What's the Chinese place over there? But a home.
Oh, I would not go. I would not recommend Chinese. I'm just kidding.
I'm going because of this. We're not eating it. I want.
That was a very Donald Trump answer. No, do not go to any Chinese places.
I want straight up authentic Szechuan, and I think that's gonna be my first spot.
Probably be Chinese for me as well, by the way. Yeah, like or some sort of
sushi. It might be sushi. I might go to Hackensack for some sushi. One or the other. Like something I couldn't get. Like I can still get.
Where in Hackensack are you going for sushi? What the fuck is that?
Oh, you never went there? That little spot on Main Street. I forget the name of it. I'll have to send you it. But It's as soon as you get on Main Street, it's on the left-hand side across from, I want to say Blimpies. There's a Blimpies there.
Okay.
There's no fucking Blimpies anywhere, you know? So you see right across from Blimpies, there's a little sushi joint there. It's fucking great, man. It's the best sushi I ever had. And I like what's his name, Hero and all that shit, but I think this is the best.
You're talking in Lyndhurst? You're talking in Lyndhurst, that place?
Yeah, like he cuts my tuna. If I get tuna and stuff, I'll bring it to him. I got 3 guys that'll do it. And I think Hackensack's number 1.
Wow.
I think it's
okay.
Ari, right.
Are you ready, Mangia, to answer this question, Mr. Yelp?
Yeah, thanks. Everybody thinks I'm a fucking Yelp. I'm laughing at Yelp for now.
You're the furthest thing from
that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy with the burger place. No, seriously though. I mean, if I'm talking like more like I guess a fine dining, I do want to try one of Robbie Felici's places. Yeah. But I do want to go, back to Mike's place. I want to go to Lance to get to actually cook some stuff at home. So I mean, those are the 3 places I would go.
Well, listen, Lance is open 7 days a week.
The first place I'm going to go is see my grandmother. That's the first place.
That's very nice. Yes.
That's very awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah. And probably the first place I'll go is fly back to Jersey when I feel comfortable flying on a plane again. Yeah. And then I will fly back to Jersey and go right to Mike's. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Shit, you're going right to Big Anthony's, get them meatballs. I know you.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, my uncle makes incredible meatballs. Yeah. I feel like he should be selling those.
Yeah.
You have a friend, Mangia, that sells meatballs, right? Johnny Meatballs.
Johnny Meatballs. Yeah, Johnny Meatballs.
Mike, will we get that out of you where you're going?
Botan Ramen.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Fort Lake.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I need some of that Buta kimchi in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Lance, you want to give a answer direct instead of where Michelle wants to go? We'll give you one more chance. You can say Michelle again. You can go down that road if you'd like to. But if you'd like to give one spot you're going to, you're welcome to.
Honestly, one spot that I'm going to go to, it's
Yeah.
been on my mind since we started the conversation. I think I'm just going to Hiram's and getting a hot dog.
Fuck yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I seriously have had a craving ever since we started talking. I'm like, man, Hiram's with the fries that they give you with the toothpicks. And
I like that all these restaurants are in my area.
By the way, I'm in LA now, so I'm like, fuck, I'm going to go to Ruts. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not. I'm going to
Pinky's.
I'm going to
Go get Pinky.
Yeah.
And by the way, Tony Mangia, Robbie's place,
Mm-hmm.
both of them, they're stoked.
Yeah,
He's
man,
just
sick.
He's crushing it.
All right,
Kids
guys.
crushing
Yeah, no,
I'm
and in all seriousness,
button.
Robbie was on Mike. The first thing that we did was one of the chefs reunite, and Robbie's incredible. Will you concede that? Nope.
Who, me?
Me?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah,
I couldn't hear you. I didn't say
I said Robbie. He's fucking great. Yeah.
Fuck, kid's insane. Great.
Yeah. So if you're watching this on Facebook Live or wherever you're listening to it, go check out Robbie's place. And I'm always going to shout out my friend Leah Gacchione, who has a couple of restaurants in New Jersey that I think everybody should go check out as well. So, hey guys, thank you all for being here. I don't know.
Thanks, Pete.
We'll definitely do another one of these. I feel like Lance and I have a whole other episode to do, at some point. Yeah. But thanks so much, guys. Yeah, I think in 2 hours, I think we hit it all. Yeah.
What else are we going to do on Thursday night?
I can go another hour, but I know we all can't. But we have literally nothing else going on.
I'm in the yard, bro. I'm about to freeze.
Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time at Live at Night.